Hello, everyone, and welcome to the J.A.B. podcast. Another episode, another week here. Joined by Ben, by Josh. Ben is finally with us this week.
Yes,
He had his week hiatus last week, but he is here now. I am Adam, as
refreshed
always.
and ready to go.
He is.
Yes.
He's got a little new injury though. If you want, I don't know if
Yeah,
you
a
wanna-
little wrist injury. We're fine.
Just some load management. You know, it's a big NBA.
No.
It's a big NBA topic. So Ben's
don't
just
compare me to those pussies.
taking some load management this week. Josh is showing off his shirt
Have to.
that he did find at Goodwill. So this week,
Big brand their own shirts.
What? No, I didn't actually find that Goodwill.
Oh. They could sell those and they could make a
easily
buck on
could.
that.
I know. I
Yeah.
bought this online. It's just funny that I didn't
Yeah.
find that Goodwill.
anyways,
Interesting.
we are coming off Super Bowl 56. I don't remember what number.
7.
57? Yeah, sure, that sounds right.
Hey,
Super Bowl
you wanna know a
57.
fun fact?
What's that?
Is it 8?
Fun fact.
No,
There's
it's
been
7.
more Super Bowls than presidents. So George Washington was just chilling. He wasn't even able to. Oh no, he was able to watch. He was able to watch the first Super Bowl.
George Washington was not able to watch his first
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
because there's been more Super Bowls than presidents.
That's not. No.
There it has
Presidents-
it is true.
Because
Presidents
George
was
Washington.
like 4 or 8 years.
No.
George Washington was not president in 1960. Can
year.
confirm.
No, can't confirm. All right, we might as well dive right into our
Yeah.
topics, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Super Bowl
we
recap.
already-
Chiefs,
We already
Eagles
dove.
Chiefs. Came back from. Had a big second half. They didn't really come back. They were down by a touchdown.
What an upset!
10.
What an upset!
Was it an
Who
upset though?
It was not an
Huh?
upset.
Wasn't an upset to me.
It was an
I don't
upset.
think it was. Not, I think it was pretty.
I think the Eagles were favorited.
Oh yeah,
Not
for
by
sure.
much.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 points.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I don't consider it an upset. I mean, obviously, it sucks, but what can you do?
I mean, according to Travis Kelce, it was an upset because nobody had him win the Super Bowl going into the season.
Actually, if you look at our Instagram poll, oh no, I didn't do that as Instagram. Well, yeah, I did.
Oh, he
It was
said
like,
preseason, everyone was ruling him out because
oh,
Tyreek Hill
preseason,
left.
yeah.
So he was
They
saying that
wrote them off, and he didn't write back.
he did not.
Geno
To
Smith.
quote Geno Smith. Yeah.
Yep.
So Josh, I know there's some things that occurred during the Super Bowl that kind of rubbed you the wrong way. You wanna?
If
Go
Jalen
into
Hurts
that?
is a goat, if Jalen Hurts,
backed me up, of course. My guy yet again. Not surprised at all. The defense, Eagles defense. Holy fuck, they're frauds. They're, oh my god, they're embarrassing.
Josh, you can count on one finger the number of decent quarterbacks that they faced this year, and it was only Aaron Rodgers,
Kirk
and
Cousins.
he was hurt during the game.
Kirk
No,
Cousins is decent.
he's a fraud. He's a fraud.
Dak Prescott.
The Vikings were even more of a fraud than the. You keep naming terrible quarterbacks.
I
What's
don't
that
like
gonna
Dak
do?
Prescott, but I thought you did.
No,
Okay.
That-
Either way,
he's
Eagles
a fourth round
defense-
pick for a reason. They never should have signed him to a second term deal.
Wow. Eagles defense, frauds, embarrassing. 0 sacks, barely any pressures. I agree. I think it had to do with the field partly, but still.
Both
It was
teams are
just-
playing on the same field.
Well, that's
so-
what I'm saying. It was still disgusting. Well, the Chiefs didn't get any sacks either. Well, they got one technically, but
Yeah, that field was terrible. Why would you paint the whole field?
it was just embarrassing
You're painting grass green. Why?
because it was like brown.
I don't care.
It shouldn't be brown. If you're growing it
Shouldn't
correctly,
be
it should be
brown.
green to start
No.
with.
How is an $800,000 grass field brown?
Well, fun fact: the dude who
No.
did the turf, this is his last year, so he's kind of.
Well, no shit, it's his last year. This is
No,
his last
no,
year before
he's
this
retiring.
year. I don't care. He would have gotten fired anyways.
He would have. But okay, Chiefs played a good game. Patrick Mahomes played a good game, especially on an ankle injury.
Yeah, it's his
Left.
perk game.
Came
Third.
back. It might have been.
Yeah.
He got drug tested. I would
he?
assume. I would assume so.
Probably not.
Came back
You
second
don't
half.
drug test people at the Super Bowl.
After the game though, they should.
Well, I
Came
mean,
back second
painkillers
half.
aren't gonna show up on the drug test anyways.
Well, it depends what they use.
Those aren't PEDs.
There's some painkillers that probably would.
I'm sure
But
there is.
either way, Mahomes
I'm
came
not a
back.
scientist.
Mahomes came back in second half, played his ass off. The Chiefs destroyed The Eagles, I don't get why they punted on the 4th and 3 after being aggressive on every other 4th down in the game.
Yeah,
And then Kadarius Toney, also my guy, Kadarius Toney,
he's a
he
beast.
decided to have the longest punt return in Super Bowl history. But
Yeah.
the Eagles, they don't know how to defend. They don't know how to defend any kind of receivers that are moving. Like
Any
two
receiver sent
touchdowns,
in motion can't cover
two
him.
touchdowns, set in motion just a tiny little bit. No one to be seen. No one even in the vicinity
They
of him.
literally just ran the same play, just reversed.
I know.
And it worked.
And that second one wasn't even the right play. They were lined
No,
up
that
in the
was
wrong
Sky
formation. And they
Moore.
kind of just
It's just embarrassing.
Oh,
So
it's
embarrassing. Dallas Goedert played really well. I feel like he really proved that he's a good
He is
tight end.
him.
So
He is him.
We'll get to later.
Okay.
And then just Miles Sanders, horrible. What is his name? Boston sucked.
Boston Scott.
Gainwell sucked.
Boston
Eagles-
Scott was he was shifty this game.
had a
They just didn't
couple
give him
okay
any
plays.
reps.
He only has
They
good
didn't
games
give him
against the
much.
Giants, so like
Yeah,
I
he had
didn't
a couple
expect
good
much
plays.
from him.
But I did after the first two running backs played like shit.
He had like those 3 jukes on the same run that just kept
I
sticking
know
in
you're
my
talking
head.
about which one.
Yeah,
The first down.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good play.
Okay,
But
either way, Jalen Hurts,
Yeah.
holy fuck, he's such a beast. What 300 plus yards, 4 touchdowns? Oh my god!
And a fumble that was returned for a touchdown.
yeah, that's 7 points.
Okay.
They win that game if that doesn't happen.
No, I don't think you can say that, but
Mm,
I mean,
because he scored immediately after.
7 points.
Okay,
that's a
but they coulda
14
scored-
point swing.
they could have scored that drive, and then
Yeah, then that's a.
That's-
Then the
20.
Chiefs could have scored that drive. Too.
but there's less time off the clock.
I mean, I'm just saying anything could happen.
All right, we're not gonna go down that road
No.
because
Well, you
obviously
did.
the whole game's no. Yeah, I did. All right.
Okay.
We started going down that road, but then we turned off at the
I
next
didn't.
exit.
Okay, Jalen Hurts. That's the one mistake you can say he had that whole game. That
That's
was
very
his
big.
fault, but also the offensive line kind of screwed him a little bit. But still, Jalen Hurts played amazing.
I mean, you can't
then-
blame that O line. That O line is the best in
And
the
that play again.
NFL. Huh?
They played good the rest of the game. That play just they kind of fumbled.
I mean, he ran out of the pocket, so that's his fault. O line can
They
only
changed
really
really fast.
protect you when you're in the pocket. Am I right, Adam?
I mean, they can protect you anywhere, but if it's not a designed scramble, they're not
It
gonna
definitely
exactly.
wasn't a design. So
Yeah.
Like if you just scramble to scramble and the offense line doesn't know where you're at, then it's kind of just
yeah,
Not much
they
you can
couldn't
do.
Either
protect
way,
him. So
one mistake he had all game.
yeah.
Okay, here's the thing though. The last fucking basically last play of the game, the pass interference. It was a pass interference. It was
holding, not a
hold.
pass interference.
Holding.
That's
yeah.
the same shit.
It's
you
not
know
the
I
same
know.
thing. It's not the same thing.
It was a hold. Okay, he
It
held
was,
his
you're right.
jersey.
It was a hold.
But here's the thing. Also, on that exact same play, the offensive lineman was grabbing one of the Eagles' defensive linemen by the face mask.
They
in the
didn't-
same play.
He didn't grab him. He had his
Yeah,
hand. He had his hand on his shoulder. Josh Sweat did a swim move, lifted his hand up, which brought the lineman's hand to Josh Sweat's face. And while he's doing the rip, Josh Sweat turns. So just those motions all combined made it look like he pushed his head, but he didn't grab his face mask or anything. He just had his hand here, and it kind of pushed his head as Josh Sweat was going past him.
I'll send you the video.
I've seen the
But
video. I've watched it.
Basically, I'll send you the video. Don't worry. Basically, though, it was a holding. But the thing is, during the game, there was other plays where the same shit happened early in the game.
That's correct.
Like,
There was a big one.
that's my biggest
It was in the middle of the field to Juju,
I know.
and he got
That
turned,
was worse.
and they didn't call that.
That
So
was worse.
yes, it's a penalty, but you got to be consistent, especially in
Yeah,
the
you
biggest
have to
game
be
of the season.
consistent. And then that call determined the game. Like,
Yeah,
it was a third down stop that they called it on.
I mean,
they would have kicked the field goal.
yes, it determines the game, but then you can say the defender can't make that mistake then in that moment.
No, I agree, but I think that with that one, it was not very blatant, and also Mahomes overthrew it, which was embarrassing. He overthrew it by 10 yards. That was not a catchable ball. And then, like I said, you need to be consistent. You can't be just calling that right there, because it was the game. That was it ended it. I mean, obviously it was the right call. Looking back, during the moment, I was pretty pissed because
it's only the right call because you took a microscope and looked
Well,
at
that's what I'm
just that
saying.
play. But like Adam said, if you go back earlier in the game, they weren't calling that type of
I
shit.
agree, and that's the problem.
This is just the ref
Yes.
saying, I want to take the spotlight right now. I'm going to throw this flag and win the game for one team. So, I
I
mean,
agree.
I don't really say it's him taking a spotlight. It's it's coming down to the wire in the biggest game of the season. It's a big moment for the players and it's a big moment for the refs. So
They called that so late.
I know.
He didn't call it when it happened.
Well, just he probably took forever to find his flag. That happens a lot. But I'm saying
I mean,
the players are under pressure in that moment, but so are the refs, and they're going to be overcritical in a moment like that. So if that's a penalty you're not going to call during the game or during the entirety of the game, then the DBs get that mindset that
that's why
hey, we have this leeway, so they're going to get more aggressive. So then you get in a situation like that where they got aggressive. It's kind of just
but
unfortunate.
both teams were being reffed the same way.
Yeah.
They're letting shit slide basically the whole game, and then I mean, like I said, it was the right call, but I think especially with how they've been calling it the whole game and just letting them play, I don't think you can make that call. That was one of the best games I've ever watched in my life, and then it ended like that. Obviously, I would have been fine if the Chiefs won, but I didn't like how it went down. Honestly,
Yeah.
at all.
I mean,
not great.
what was the score at that point? How much were they
35,
down?
35. 35 all.
Is that what it was?
Pretty sure.
I can't.
So
remember.
it pretty much just took more time off the clock because the Chiefs were still in field goal range when that happened.
It would have been 2 minutes left on the clock, essentially,
Right.
roughly. It's
Two-
like
no, 2 minutes
150
left,
something.
and they had 2 timeouts.
Yeah. So, yeah, they would have had definitely, they could have made a push for a touchdown.
Or at least a field goal and sent to
So-
overtime.
Oh, easily a field goal.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's the
I'm-
argument is
I agree with you.
yeah.
I saw something that was just like, it didn't decide the game. Bullshit.
I think it did decide the game.
Anything over like 20 seconds is a game deciding length of
They
time.
wasted over a minute because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It sucks. But Eagles win the championship next year. They'll be back. They'll be back even better than ever. Jalen Hurts MVP next year.
They got some
Okay.
key players in their defense that contracts are up this year, so we'll see.
They'll be fine.
We'll see how they retool
Well, their
that defense
is ass anyways,
going in the
yeah.
offseason.
Yeah, and their defense. We'll get to it later. Or they'll be fine.
All right, moving on. Eric Bieniemy, new Commanders offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
What do you think of this one, Adam?
He definitely 100% deserves a head coaching position.
Yeah, this is.
So
I'm confused.
apparently his contract was up, and they kind of just had I guess there was a mutual agreement that he was allowed to go find a job somewhere else. Because I guess maybe the Chiefs were seeing in the media that everyone's saying Bieniemy doesn't deserve that head coaching job because Andy Reid's the one calling the plays. Yeah, and he's got all those weapons on offense. Pretty much the media is saying that it's an easy job, anybody can do it. So I guess the Chiefs realized Bieniemy's potential and were like, we'll let you move on somewhere else to kind of show how good you really are, and then maybe, you shine somewhere else, you'll have that opportunity to be a head coach.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking happened here.
Great signing.
Oh yeah.
Great
For
signing.
100%.
Huge dub for the Commanders, but
Yeah,
Well,
I guess now that you explain it like that, it makes sense that he hasn't been getting head coach offers.
I mean,
don't think it makes sense though. Because
I still think he's a top candidate for head coach
Oh,
regardless, but
But I can see how you would question it, I guess.
I mean, I guess because it could be like a Nathaniel Hackett situation where
where the players are just carrying it.
mhm, he was a decent OC outside of Green Bay. He got into Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers and those weapons, and they had one of the best offenses in the league. Then he goes to the Broncos, and they're terrible. So,
Then that happened, right?
and same with Matt Nagy when he went to the Bears. He got carried by the good defense that one year, and then afterwards it was nothing. So yeah, I guess it makes sense. There's been times where OCs lead great offenses, they go get a head coaching job, and they're absolutely nothing. So
Flop. Yep. Okay. Who's this next guy?
Jonathan Gannon, Eagles. So both Eagles coordinators, the offense and defense coordinator, left after the Super Bowl for head coaching jobs. So Jonathan Gannon, Eagles defense coordinator, is the new head coach of the Cardinals, and Shane Steichen, their offensive coordinator, is the new head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
He is good. The Colts gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, all they need is a quarterback.
Cardinals,
That's pretty much.
dumbest
That's
thing I've
pretty
ever
much
heard
it.
in my life. The Cardinals, the owner is just he needs to sell the team.
So Derek Carr is going to the Colts. They're gonna go for another old
Hmm.
quarterback. No,
I think the Colts
No.
are set on drafting one.
that's good. They
When are they
should.
drafted? Anthony Richardson.
Bryce Young,
They're gonna
Hell
trade
no.
out. They're gonna trade up.
John
No way in hell
Irsay.
they draft Bryce
John
Young.
Irsay already
Who
said that
makes
kid
sense?
from Alabama was pretty good. That's what he said.
It's gonna be Stroud
Now they're gonna overpay
Levis?
by like 3 first-round.
Oh,
picks.
probably.
or Richardson. Don't trade up. Just draft one of the quarterbacks.
Stroud is
6.
better than Bryce Young.
Hot
Bryce
take.
Young's
What?
just too small.
What do you say?
Alright. I like Stroud more than Bryce Young.
I don't like Bryce Young at all. So
Yeah.
we're all pretty.
I'm the only one that likes
same.
Bryce Young, I guess. That's fine.
Yeah, you are.
I'm all for a short king, Adam. 5'9" in the NFL is gonna
I'm
be
not
rough.
not a quarterback.
He's a playmaker though, so we'll see.
He's also 100 pounds.
A little heavier than that.
My
but-
leg weighs more than his whole entire body.
Well, I'm sorry you have gigantic legs.
I do.
He's got them Saquad.
I was gonna say someone else, but we're not gonna put him on blast. Here, so.
Wow, Adam's so rude. Adam's gonna make a fat joke. Wow, Adam.
Wow, Adam.
Anyways, commercials in the NFL.
They were
Yes, Josh did not like 'em.
mediocre. Fuck
Mid.
that Tubi commercial, am I right?
Did you fall for it?
Maybe you
Yes.
just know what the interface on your TV is.
Yeah, my TV
and-
looked nothing like
Yeah,
that.
the TV we were watching
I
it
do.
on looks
Mine-
nothing
mine
like that.
was-
So I was
mine
like,
was just
oh,
like
this
that.
is just.
Yeah, so I just got pranked.
My whole family
Yes.
was like, "What are you doing?" And it's like it's commercial. I didn't tell him it's commercial.
Okay.
Hey, what was your guys' favorite commercial?
None of them really stuck out to me, honestly.
Exactly.
I really liked the Miles Teller one, and I really liked
That
the
was-
Breaking Bad one. Those are the two.
Yeah,
bad.
Breaking Bad was good. That
The
one.
rest of them
I
were
liked.
pretty mid. Those two I really liked though.
How about the halftime show?
I didn't watch it.
Rihanna's pregnant. That's literally the only thing I got from the whole show.
There was a bunch of sperm men
Breaking
running
Bad.
around the field. So
Yeah.
Congrats, Rihanna.
This is the first halftime show that there wasn't just naked chicks on the field.
Well, at the weekend.
There were some female dancers for the weekend, I'm pretty
so
sure.
if there are female dancers on the screen
They're naked.
on the field, that means they're naked.
Yeah.
Basically,
There were
yes.
female dancers actually on Rihanna's
For
for one of the songs. They were dancing in front
I
of her.
didn't. I guess I didn't notice. That's my bad. Never mind.
I
Classic.
forgive you.
Man.
Okay, next.
Who
what is
put
next?
this? Who put this down?
What'd you
Probably
say?
Josh. Chad Henne better than Rodgers.
Chad Henne announces his retirement. More Super Bowl wins than
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers in his career.
So does Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's ass.
No, he doesn't.
He throws the ball 8 times. He's won like 3 or 4 or 3 under Tom
Doesn't
Brady,
he only have
didn't he?
one?
I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think he has two.
Okay,
Let's find
Ben,
out.
You're right. You're right, Ben. Good point. He is better than him too, but he's not retiring, so
Oh
yeah.
my god.
It's- just had to say it.
That's a stupid topic.
No,
Anyways,
it's not. It's a good.
speaking of Aaron Rodgers,
He has
I think
won
needs
2
to be
Super
traded.
Bowls. Jimmy Garoppolo.
topic. Okay, Ben, you're all right.
I think Aaron Rodgers needs to get traded strictly from the team aspect of the salary cap. That's it. That's all that needs to be said. Salary cap, and Jordan Love needs to be seen for a year before we commit to him.
Well, the Packers did just save $6 million today.
They did, which could be on this list too.
Restructured Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're still
I think it's $11 million salary, but he has like 8.5 guaranteed, so it
That
knocks
is
it down.
crazy Still
6.5 or 6 million
8.5 mil.
crazy.
Yeah.
signing
8.5
bonus.
mil signing bonus.
Right. Hmm.
Yeah. They're still 5 million under though. Or over the budget.
All right, moving on from Packers salary cap situation and the Super Bowl, we'll be jumping into our NFL tight end tier list, something that we have been putting off for the last couple weeks, but now
Way too long.
we will bring it to you. So, starting
course.
off, we have Austin Hooper.
D.
Yeah. Bum.
That was kind of.
Who?
This guy's a bum
He
too.
sucks now. He fell off. Okay, who's next?
Uh,
D.
it's-
Third string line said in D.
no, it's actually their starter. Brock something.
D.
That's all. Okay. We got Kate Otten.
C.
See, just because he's old, or
Just
not
because he's
that
a
old.
rookie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old.
Yeah, old. Nice one, Ben. Chigo
I said
Okonkwo.
not that old. Not
See.
that old.
See?
Yeah, I say C.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
He's decent. Nothing too special.
Cole Komet? Is that who-
Yeah.
C. B.
B. B
Yeah,
to
he's
A.
pretty solid.
Yeah,
B.
he's solid.
They just didn't pass him for the first half of the year.
That
Yeah.
is true, yeah. I feel like if
It's
he,
not his fault.
once he gets more looks, he might.
Especially once they get a better offensive line.
Here you go. Dallas Goddard.
A.
A. He's a beast.
Dalton Schultz.
A.
B.
I'd say B. He's not quite.
Okay,
He's not quite
B.
on Dallas Goddard's tier.
B is fine. I'm not gonna argue B.
Okay. Daniel
Or-
Bellinger.
C.
C.
Yeah.
He got hurt sadly.
So he's pretty much just going to be the rookie tier, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
No,
Yeah.
it will not be.
Okay.
No, we'll make sure we get someone else in there.
No, there is at least one rookie above C. So keep going.
We'll put Travis Kelce in C.
It could be. Okay.
Darren Waller.
B. I had him at A, but
I think A, just because
He
of
did
his
nothing this
potential. Well, he was hurt most of the year.
even when he wasn't hurt.
Yeah, even when he was healthy, he wasn't.
Last year I would have put him in the S.
B. B. B.
Yeah,
I
I say B.
but
He's good enough. David
A.
Njoku.
A.
A.
Yep.
I like
B.
David Njoku. I probably should have
just-
done that trade, but
He's
whatever.
he's just not in a
Yeah,
tight end friendly offense. They don't throw to him much.
Stop
You
trying to
should,
trade
man.
me Cortland Sutton, Josh. I
Why?
don't want him.
He's valuable.
Because I already have too many wide receivers.
No, you
Anyways,
don't.
I do.
He's better than your wide receivers. He's better than Tyler
He's
Lockett.
not. Not,
Alright.
not by much. Anyway.
Dawson Knox.
B.
A.
After this year,
Mm.
B.
He had a good season. I don't know what you mean after this year.
He had a much
B.
better season last year.
A.
He had like
A.
5 to 6 straight games at the end of the season where he had touchdown every game.
Okay.
Touchdown it.
A.
Yeah.
I haven't changed my mind. A.
I mean, with tight ends, it's pretty much just touchdowns at this point.
Yeah.
Most tight ends don't really stretch the field unless
Why
you're
is a wide
An
receiver
S
on
tier.
this list? Why is a wide receiver on this list?
B.
because he's not a receiver.
He's a wide
Who's a
receiver.
receiver?
Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram.
It's not a wide receiver.
B. Maybe C.
Definitely not C.
Definitely not D.
Fuck is that?
Wait, who said D?
Ben. Ben said C or D.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you hate him?
He's not. He doesn't play tight end. He plays wide receiver.
No, he doesn't.
I don't even think I've seen him block.
What do you consider tight
Whatever.
end, Ben?
Blocks and catches the
Well,
ball.
half these dudes
He
don't block.
literally lines up on the line. I don't
Half
know.
these dudes don't block.
You obviously haven't watched enough Jaguars games because I've seen him block.
I haven't. I have not. I'm not gonna say I'm a Jaguars fan.
Okay.
Foster
D.
Moreau. George Kittle.
A.
S. Ben, he could block, so you should be putting him in
Right.
S.
No,
He's like
he's
one of the
S.
best.
He's S. He doesn't have a quarterback though.
He doesn't need one to block.
No.
Gerald Everett.
B.
C.
I'd say C.
That's fine.
Let's go. Not rookies. All right.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Greg Dulcich.
B.
B.
B or A.
Definitely not A. So
Greg
I guess
Dulcich,
I'll
Not
go
A.
B.
It's definitely not A.
I was just gonna say C, but
please no, not in C. Definitely above C. He's better than every single person in C.
Hayden Hurst.
Okay.
Top C.
C.
Bottom B.
Low
Top-
C.
C. Low C.
Yeah. He's worse than Gerald Everett. Everett.
Okay.
Everett.
Hmm.
I don't know how to say it.
Everett. Yeah.
Everett. He's worse than Everett.
Hunter Henry.
D
Yeah,
or C. One of the two.
I'm okay with D.
Whatever.
Bottom. Bottom.
Whatever.
Mo Ellie
D.
Cox.
That is not Molly Cox.
That is
That's
Jelani Woods. You're right.
C.
Oops.
C.
There we
He
go.
did not get the chance. He
Yeah, he's C. He's right there.
C. Okay.
Is Molly Cox not on this list?
No, I think I did it by like top targets on each
Definitely
team.
give any- Okay.
This
Who's-
is Jordan Akins, I think. I'm gonna put him in D.
B.
Save some time. What? Stop.
Okay, C. He's actually good.
He actually doesn't play in the Giants. He's the Texans tight end. So
No. Oh, I thought he was in the Jaguars for some reason.
You don't even know his name. He's
No, I
or
played with him in
you don't
Madden.
even know the team.
I played with
he's
him in
D.
Madden.
All right.
Juwan Johnson.
Okay. C.
B.
No, he's not B.
I'm a
Stop.
firm.
B.
He's not B.
He's
Dan convinced
B.
me. We voted.
B.
How?
He is
E
a
lab.
solid fantasy
He's a
tight
B.
end.
This isn't fantasy tight ends though. This is
He's a solid
Oh,
backup.
Well,
Fantasy
Ben
tight
said
end.
B, so I agree with Ben. So put him in B. We took a vote.
he's not
Here we
B.
go.
Kyle Pitts.
Alright,
B.
S.
D. Dude's a bum.
S.
Not S. He has not produced enough to be an
He
S
hasn't
He
tier.
did
finished.
last year,
He doesn't even. produce
He
enough to
barely
have
hit
an A.
1,000 yards.
and he's is anybody else on this list hit 1,000 yards?
Yes.
I guarantee no one.
George Kittle, Mark Andrews, Travis Kelsey.
Those
on
are
the
all
list.
S tier. Adam, those are all S.
He
tier
wants
you
to,
just mentioned.
yeah, and he wants to put Kyle Pitts at S tier.
Oh
Yeah, so
no,
you
no,
want to
it's
put him
A.
at B?
It's A. He's A tier.
How can you put him at B when every single person on this list is better?
If
than
you give him a decent quarterback, he could be S tier.
he will be if they get anybody better than Marcus Mariota.
He's just not S tier right now.
He
No, not
did it
right
with
now.
Matt Ryan. He did it with Matt Ryan, and he performed with the same level.
You act
of
like Matt
Mariota.
Ryan was a bad quarterback 2 years ago.
He wasn't good.
He wasn't that bad either. Anyways,
He wasn't good though.
Logan Thomas.
C.
see
Mark Andrews, S.
S.
A.
All right.
S.
Kyle Pitts
He's-
is better than Mark Andrews.
He is not. What?
Easily.
He's just younger.
Mark Andrews put up 1,000 yards on the Atlanta's offense in his sleep. Relax.
With Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
if he
good
went to
offense.
Atlanta,
Offense, he's the number one receiver on the team.
he's better than every single Atlanta Falcons receiver too. So he'd be the number one receiver on that team,
So Kyle Pitts would easily be number one too.
and he barely hit 1,000.
Ravens.
I thought you
So
were a Drake London
my point.
enjoyer.
I am. I
Gosh.
mean, Mark Andrews is better than Drake London, but
Mike
I know, but
Gesicki.
Kyle Pitts.
Whatever.
C.
Just his gritty puts him in S tier alone.
Okay, B.
I can agree with B. That's what I was going to put him anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
B.
Noah Fant.
C.
Yeah.
Down year.
I'll be honest with you. I expected this to be even more skewed towards the bottom.
Pat Fryermuth.
B.
Yeah, I was
No.
thinking A. I was thinking
No
A, B.
way.
A, B.
Better than Waller.
Right around
Njoku.
Yes,
Njoku.
better than Waller,
Yeah,
better than Joku, easily.
easily.
What?
Easily.
He reminds me a lot of yeah.
I don't.
I
think so.
like that.
Okay, B or A.
Just
I
drop
don't
him.
care.
Just
I would
drop
say
him now.
B.
Going to A.
Just drop. Oh Jesus. Oh.
Robert
D.
Tunyon.
D.
Especially
I
this
mean,
year.
yeah, he had that one good
This year
season,
he's
and
hot
then
ass.
How many
I
games
can
did he
agree
play
with
the past 2 years? 4.
T.J.
All
Hawkinson.
last season.
A.
A.
Yes, I can agree with that.
C.
He went from a bad quarterback to a.
This is
mediocre
Tommy Trumbull, by the way, for those who.
Tommy Tremble. C.
Travis Kelsey, S, obviously.
F.
Front S, please. Why is
Yeah.
okay? There we go. Kyle Plotkin.
Tyler Conklin.
There's a
D.
name missing from this list.
What'd you say?
There's a name missing from the list.
Zach Ertz.
Tyler Conklin. Okay. C.
What? I don't know who you're talking about. I
I'm
guess.
so confused.
I guess you can talk about it
Taysom
after.
Hill.
Oh,
Where
Who?
the fuck's
Yeah.
Taysom Hill?
where's
He wasn't on the leading receptions. I sorted by receptions. I did the top receiving
Yeah,
tight
we had
end,
him on here last time.
and I took him off because he wasn't on that list. Because we had like 50 tight ends last time.
All right, hypothetically, Taysom Hill is on this
Yes.
list. I put him at A.
S tier, easily.
I'm grading him as a tight end, not an overall player. So he is A
B.
tier still.
A is very high for as just a tight end.
Yeah, just for tight end, he's B highest.
He's a
I
good
agree, but I
blocker
think
still.
S because he did everything.
Whatever.
Okay.
Tyler
second on
Higbee.
the list.
Higby.
C.
D.
I'll go C. Will Disley
D.
D.
and Zach Ertz.
D. B.
B.
All right, there's our tight end
I
tier
like those
list.
except for one
like it.
name on here, but it's just
Taysom Hill.
no,
Honestly,
it's okay.
I expected even more people would be at the bottom here, but I like it.
Why juice up more people?
Because there's not that great of tight ends right now. I don't know.
I mean, there's just a bunch of like middle of
I
the
guess I'm
pack, and that's kind
thinking-
of just what.
Well, it's
Yeah,
in comparison to each other. So I mean,
yeah.
I'm so like I said, I would have 2 more S tiers. So keep that in mind, and I would have a couple more people A.
Yeah.
So
Who is your
mine
other
is a
S
little
tier
more
off
fun.
outside of Kyle Pitts?
Taysom Hill,
Okay.
and that's it. And then I would have what Njoku. I think I said A, and then Barry Dulcich A. So, but the rest of it,
Okay.
I'm pretty happy with.
All right. Moving on to basketball. Josh, what do you got for us this week?
First thing, Bucks 12-game winning streak. Drew Holiday career high the other day, 40 something.
Damn, what a
And then
beast.
Cavs signed Danny Green as well as buy Kevin Love out. Kevin Love, love him, but he was
Love him.
horrible. He was horrible this year. He was one of the worst players I've ever seen in my life this year. So slow, couldn't play defense, and couldn't shoot the shot through the 3 at all. Gonna miss him, but good luck to him. Hopefully he goes to the Lakers. I don't know. Next.
I know you
Chris
love
Paul.
Danny Green though.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Just forgot they even mentioned it. I hate Danny Green. Danny Green is horrible. He's coming off an ACL tear. What possible reason would we have signed him? I don't know. Honestly,
Josh, what if the Cavs end up making the finals and he hits a dagger 3 to win the finals?
he will not.
What if though?
He will not.
Okay, and then what's going to happen? If we do make the finals, he's going to miss a very clutch 3 like he did in the Lakers series.
Oh, jeez.
So he's pretty good at missing clutch shots. So, I get it. Danny Green played for the Cavs back in his first couple seasons, but he's not all that. He can't, he's how old, and he's coming off an ACL tear. He hasn't been good in 3 years. Maybe more than 3, maybe 4, 5. Dumbest signing I've seen in a while. He could prove me wrong. I really hope he does, but I highly doubt it. And he's not going to play. So he's not going to play much. Next topic. Chris Paul, 19 assists game the other day. He's back. He's who I thought he was. He's had a slump. He's a slump, beginning of season slump. He's ready for the playoffs. He'll be good. Ben Simmons.
I missed the trading episode. That's
you did.
right.
Yeah.
The whole
Big
trade
trades.
deadline episode.
Big trades.
Ben, what was your favorite trade?
I mean, I liked what the Nets got back for KD. But I mean,
Michael Bridges just had a new career high a couple days
Yeah.
ago.
40 something.
he's a beast. He's a beast. So
He is.
he'll be able to blossom on the Nets, I'd say. All right, moving on. Josh, go
Ben
ahead.
Simmons. Speaking of the Nets, Ben Simmons has been horrible. He's getting played off the court. But Jock Vaughn is saying in his interviews how hard it is to find a lineup for Ben Simmons. I don't understand how it's so hard for him. Honestly, I think it's fairly simple, and he can't figure it out. I like Jock Vaughn, and it looks like he's doing decent with the new team. But Ben Simmons, just put him at either backup point guard or backup center. Have him set screens,
Backup center.
have him play make. That's it. Don't have him. He doesn't need to score. He got plenty of shooters. Kick out to the shooters. I don't see what's so hard. He can rebound. He can defend. He can pass. He's extremely athletic. Jock Vaughn, come on. Seriously. And I think Ben Simmons could still easily be the guy. I think his confidence was really hit with the Sixers, especially with all the fans just hating on him. The Doc Rivers basically blamed him for losing the series. The Nets, he never really got a chance with the Nets. He was hurt constantly, and even if he wasn't hurt, he just wasn't playing, for whatever reason. And then he never really got a chance, I don't think. And I think he could still easily be a star in the league just because he's good at everything but shooting. He can score. It's not the thing he's best at. I don't know. He averaged 18 points in a year, so he proved he could easily do it. But
Just can't shoot the 3.
Yeah, but you don't need to be able to shoot.
I'm aware. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That's his really only true weakness. He can't, or even the mid range. He can't shoot at all. But,
At all.
Like I said,
Yeah.
put him at center. He's
How tall is he?
6'11".
6'11".
6'10", 6'11". He's a big dude. He's athletic. Like I said, he can play defense, paint and perimeter defense. Like he was second defensive player of the year. What, 2 years, 3 years ago? 2 years ago? Like he can play defense. I think the coaches are just not using him right.
Yeah.
But Nets need to trade him.
If anyone wants him.
No one wants him, and I don't really see
Yeah.
why. I mean, I guess the contract's probably the biggest issue. He's making like 35 a year.
Ooh.
Jesus
But-
Christ.
I mean,
For
I
someone
would
that
still
can't
easily trade
shoot.
for him. What?
For someone that can't shoot at
Yeah, but
all.
there's a lot of players in the league that
Yeah, I
can't
was
shoot.
gonna say Giannis can't really shoot.
Giannis can shoot better than Ben Simmons, but
Yeah, but
I agree. You don't. I
Solid.
think if you're good enough at other things, you don't really need to. Personally, but Anthony Davis, he's not a good shooter from three at least. Like, okay, next topic: Stephen Silas or Stephen Silas. I don't know how to say his name again. He needs to be fired immediately. He's just an idiot. His Rockets team is just full of kids doing whatever they want. No punishment, literally. Like it's ran like an AAU team. And then just the other day, what did he say? He said that they don't run plays for Jabari Smith Jr. Their third overall pick. They literally said, I think he could do good if we ran plays for him. We don't really run any plays for him at all. He said that in an interview.
he's literally the head coach. If you think that, then do it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's seriously the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. He goes,
Jesus.
oh, I think he could be really productive if we ran plays for him.
And run plays
Okay,
for him.
here's
Like what?
I found the real quote. He is young and trying to find his way. Jabari has grit and toughness and tries defensively, and he's not given much at all. I don't run any plays for Jabari. What? The third overall pick, the 6'9" power forward that can shoot threes, play defense, and just is a good overall player. You're not running any plays for him, and then you say it in an interview. This dude this is what, second year as a coach? Oh my god, he's horrible. The Rockets are ass. He doesn't. There's no culture to the team.
Maybe they
Like,
drafted him as Pippen, and Michael Porter Jr. is
Kevin Porter Jr.?
Jr. Yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. is
I mean, Jalen Green has a higher chance of doing it, but
yeah.
either way, Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr.
They just hired this guy so they could tank for Wemby. That's
No, we hired him last year. This is
Exactly.
second year.
They're just hanking for Wemby, dude.
Well,
They're
they've
just
been
hanging
doing
on-
that for
Wembanyama
the
on that
last 3 years.
team.
this is their tank coach, and then as soon as they get Wemby, they're gonna fire him and then hire a real coach.
They should just do it already.
I'm telling you,
like-
Wemby's gonna be MVP in a couple years.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but these kids are just developing bad habits. Like I don't know how much you see the Rockets, but it's embarrassing. Like they have a
zero.
couple good plays, but they're not playing like any kind of organized basketball. Like they don't. Like it just looks like the coach doesn't know what he's doing, and he does not. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. Okay, next.
Giannis is
Giannis
hurt.
injured yet again. Small injury. The other day he hurt his knee in the game, and then he played through it because it was a very close game against the Celtics. I didn't watch the game.
I didn't
Honestly,
even know he hurt his knee.
Yeah, he hurt his knee. It didn't really look too good, but he was able to walk it off. But it's still a little questionable, and he kept playing through it. And it was against the Celtics with 3 of their starters out, and they still took the game to overtime to show Derek White. And then Giannis just
Yesterday.
goals, hurt his wrist. They said it's a sprained wrist as
Yeah.
of right now. But hopefully, it's not worse. I mean, going to All-Star break, he should have time to rest it. I hope he doesn't play. Honestly,
In the All-Star game?
yeah, in the All-Star game, I hope he doesn't play.
Isn't he the
They'll be fine
captain?
without him. Yeah, he's captain. I hope he just picks the team and then
And then sits
plays
out?
like a minute. I mean, I expect him to play like a minute, but I really hope he doesn't play much
When is the All-Star game again?
this weekend.
Okay.
Sunday, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
Who do you think's
Pretty
win
sure
the
it's
three-point contest?
Saturday usually. So
No, who do you
so
think
it's
is winning?
Joe.
Kevin Herter. My pick is
Who-
Kevin Herter.
Who's even in it?
Dame
Dame.
Lillard.
Yep. Buddy Hield. Another guy. Is it Tyrese? Because I know there's 2 Pacers and there's 2 Trailblazers.
Tyrese Halliburton's in it.
I think so.
I don't
He's
know. I didn't
winning
see
it. He's winning it.
I just remember Julius Randle just replaced somebody.
Lauri Markkanen's in it.
Yeah.
Boy. Julius Randle's in it.
Yes. They just put him in.
That's gonna be the worst 3-point. He's gonna make 3.
It's gonna get embarrassed.
He's gonna
I mean,
airball
he's shooting
all of
good,
them.
But look at his last year's percentage, or the rest of his career. Like he had 2 years ago, and this year, that's it for a good 3-point shooting for him.
Yeah, so we got Tyrese Halliburton, Tyler Hero, Buddy Hield, Kevin Hoyt, however you say his name.
Herter.
Yep.
Herter.
Dame, Lauri Markkanen, Jason Tatum, and then Julius Randle replaced Anthony Simons because Simons got hurt. So
Oh, Jay.
yeah,
Rip.
unfortunately, that was tough.
Sounds like it. Okay.
Dame's
dunk
gonna take
contest.
last. Dame's gonna take last.
Hey, no, he's gonna
No,
be
not-
Julius.
not-
He all he gotta do is make
Julius
4 and he'll be
Randle.
fine.
Dame's gonna be second last.
Dave's winning. I don't know what you're
dunk
talking about.
Yeah, so it is this Saturday and Sunday. For the dunk contest, Kenyon Martin Jr., Mac McClung, Trey Murphy III, and Jericho Sims.
Them some bums. Jeez.
And one of
Are
them
those
doesn't
only
even play
rookies? Are those the only rookies?
No, McClung's been in the league for like what,
NBA. None
2
of them are
years?
rookies. Yeah.
Kenyon Martin, he's been in the league a couple of years.
Aren't 2 of them in the G League? Isn't Kenyon Martin and McClung in the G League?
No, McClung is, but I think Kenyon Martin's on the Rockets. I don't know if he plays in the G League or not.
Okay.
But he definitely is on the Rockets. And then same with Jericho Sims is on the Knicks, but he doesn't really, he's not really doing much.
Right. And Trey Murphy's, I'm pretty sure he's starting,
Trey
isn't
Murphy,
he?
yeah, he actually plays. Does he start? I don't know. He plays though.
He plays enough to be on my fantasy basketball team, so.
This is
Okay,
almost
Trey
worse
must
than the
have.
Pro Bowl. Is just the type
The
of
dunk contest,
players.
man.
Is
Th-
This is
it's just
awkward,
the type of players that they have doing. I guess.
Did they announce the skills challenge yet? Or are they even doing that this year?
Hope they are.
I mean, Shane
would
Sharp.
like to
Shane
see
Sharp
that.
was supposed to be in the dunk contest.
Oh,
What happened to him?
He decided to focus on the second half of the season, so he
I
withdrew.
respect it.
what team does he play for?
The Trailblazers. He would have won easily, but
I think he would have cleared it. He would
Yeah.
have got all 50s.
he would have jumped over all 3 of them and then dunked
Yeah,
on them.
that's surprising coming from you.
He can fly. I'm not going to deny that. He's got hops, but I wasn't a big fan of him in the draft because he didn't play at all in
Yeah,
college.
but he need to see what he has.
I didn't. There wasn't a lot of high school stuff on him, or at least from
Yeah,
what I had access to. I couldn't see much, so I didn't. And well, okay, cool. You're okay against high school, but
He was not okay.
the gap between high school talent and NBA talent is pretty large.
Yeah, hey, Adam. But the thing is, you knew that athleticism would translate. It's just, and then you knew the IQ of what, he just knew where to be and what to do. The defense and the shooting, that was the questionable. So, but still easily the potential. Okay, last topic. Joel Embiid, he needs to stop.
Stop what?
He literally said that he's been hurt for the past 3 weeks to a month, and he's been playing on it.
He's trying to grind for the MVP.
But
obviously.
he does every
He
year.
needs one.
plays
He
through an injury.
needs one.
He plays through an injury, makes it worse, gets hurt, and then fucks the team over. He needs to get healthy for once in his life. He just waits till it gets too bad. He plays through it. He played like a couple months on a torn meniscus a couple years ago.
Well, he already knows that the Sixers aren't going to go far in the playoffs. So he's just trying to grind for the
He's
MVP.
just trying to get the MVP.
He has no chance to get an MVP.
How do you
He
feel
has
about
absolutely none.
no
the
voter
favorite?
fatigue with
We already
Jokic?
know this. This is so fucking stupid. So dumb. Jokic, he probably deserves it. But like I said, what we went over a couple weeks ago, Giannis needed to get more than 2 in a row, and he was not even in the conversation.
Same with
And it's
LeBron.
just- And same with LeBron. It's just Giannis is.
Yeah, LeBron's
very
not
recent.
the same. LeBron's worse.
It was back then, yeah. Back then it was. But now it's just like voter fatigue no longer exists. But the one thing I hate is people saying it's because he's white.
I was
It's
just
not
gonna bring
because he's
that up.
white.
I was just gonna bring that up jokingly. I was just gonna joke him like, is it because Jokic is white?
No, it's
Not
not because he's white.
It's
Like,
definitely because he's white.
That has
It's
nothing to do with it.
Definitely because he's white.
It has to do
Giannis
with the
is
fact
white.
His advanced stats are crazy good. He just everything advanced. He's top tier, and he's averaging triple double. and the first seed in the West. I mean, it makes sense, but the Bucks are what first or maybe first seed in the
second,
East.
first, second
I
seed.
thought they passed it for first when
I-
they beat the Celtics.
Oh.
I don't know. Okay, but either way, the Bucks are up there too, and Giannis has to play a lot less. Like Giannis, they don't rely on him as much as they rely on Jokic. So
Yeah.
like,
They're half a game back of Boston right now.
I thought they passed him. Fuck. Yeah, but either way, force fatigue, stupid. Keep the general rule: 2 MVPs and then couple year break at least. And then if you win again, okay. But like, come on, Jokic. If Jokic gets a third straight, I'm gonna be pissed. Give it to Embiid. Give it to Luka. Give it to Jason Tatum. Give it to fucking Giannis. Give it to Embiid. I don't know if I said him. Give it to anybody else, please.
What happened with Tatum? Like, he was the front runner at the beginning of the season, and he kind of just.
I think he's still playing really well, and the Celtics are still good. I think it's just the team is so good, like all
Okay.
around him. Like that's all. That's what I take it as, and he's not like doing anything crazy
He's not
anymore.
sticking out.
I mean, yeah, not enough to be. Like I said, the Nuggets team is not really amazing. Neither. I mean, the Bucks are pretty, like not. I wouldn't say stacked, but they're pretty deep. But I don't know. I couldn't really tell you why everyone just stopped talking about Jason Tatum. Honestly, Kevin Durant makes sense why he's out. He's out of the MVP conversation. But yeah, I don't know.
Oof.
All right.
Spurs are on a
What?
14-game losing streak.
They do not give a shit. And I think they might have the Hornets pick this year. But also, I'm not sure about that. I think they
Wow.
do. But
Is that all we have for basketball?
yes, that is
Okay.
unfortunately it for basketball.
I was gonna look for this.
So, Ben, a little short
Yeah.
baseball talk today, because I
A
know
little bit.
the
A
Brewers
little bit. A couple things.
did some cool stuff recently.
Do you want to elaborate on the cool stuff?
Well, they pretty much just slandered their ace in front of I don't know who they had to do a presentation to. Pretty much for an arbitration case, so they could save $750,000. They'd rather ruin their relationship with one of their best players than pay him an extra $750,000, which is insane. But
Huh.
Brewer's gonna brewer, you know.
Brewers are gonna brew. They always do. Yeah. Yeah. Burnes is gonna be traded. I thought we were at least gonna get half a season and see where we were at before we traded him. Honestly, at this point, fucking burn the house down.
Burns 1,000.
Fucking trade everyone. Let's fucking restock the farm. We need some pitching in the farm so bad. So I'm guessing Burnes gonna get traded for a couple, probably 2 elite pitching prospects, and then another 2 or 3 mid-tier. I'm thinking 4 prospects back. 2 of them are a high level because Burnes is a Cy Young candidate
Red Sox,
for the
please.
last 3 years. I mean, I don't care who we get him from if we get good prospects back.
I know, like, one of our top prospects is a pitcher, so
Yeah.
outside of him, I don't know what our
But-
pitching prospects look like, but
If they do some stupid shit like they are already starting to do and piss him off, I mean,
kind of like what the Red Sox got in return for Mookie Betts.
yeah, just absolute dog shit and just like no one's gonna give you a shit ton of prospects if they know that he's just gonna be a free agent at the end of the year anyways, or he's gonna hold out or do something weird that usually doesn't happen in baseball. I don't know. But I didn't hear about that actually, the 750,000. I just heard that.
Yeah, that was the difference, and he wanted 750 more than what the Brewers were offering. So then they had the arbitration hearing, and they pretty much just said he was the reason their team wasn't as successful this year to win their case.
Which is wrong. I mean,
If you
Yeah.
want, we can I'll put the interview clip right here.
Give us your perspective on this process and the outcome that you got yesterday.
Just kind of knew what to expect going into it.
So no surprises as far as that front goes. And on our perspective and our end of it, we just came out is more that we were just kind of disappointed with how it went. The Brewers never really made real attempt to try to come to a deal to avoid a hearing. I think we saw from the deadline day that we were going to end up at a hearing, just with the lack of the attempts to get a deal done. So that's unfortunate that it ended up that way. It's just one of those things that just at the end of the day, it was just kind of very eye-opening. You learn your true value in the organization, and just kind of at the end of the day, it's disappointing, but you got to get past it, and obviously the focus is playing baseball and going out and do what I can for the teammates and for the fans. You think you work hard for 7 years in the organization and 5 years with the big league team, and you get in there and basically they value you much different than what you thought you contributed to the organization, and it's just it's obviously it's tough to hear, it's tough to take, but they're trying to do what they can to win a hearing. But I think there was obviously other ways that they could have gone about it, and probably been a little more respectful with the way they went about it. But at the end of the day, here we are.
Corbin, this is everyone's fear for a player, especially a star player, going to a hearing, that it creates just some, maybe not bad blood, but just some hard feelings that weren't there before. How do you guys repair that?
Yeah, I mean, there's no denying that the relationship is definitely hurt from what perspired over the last couple weeks. There's really no way getting around that. Obviously, we're professionals, and we're going to go out there and do our job, and I'm going to keep giving what I can every fifth day that I go out there. But when some of the things that are said that for instance, basically put me in the forefront of the reason why we didn't make the postseason last year. That's something that probably doesn't need to be said. We can go about a hearing without having to do that. So that's kind of one of those things that obviously there was no attacking of character, of person of who I was, but just the some of the stuff that was said that definitely didn't need to be said is something that I think kind of disappointed everyone.
I was actually that was the clip I was looking for, but it's just like how many different ways. The fact that we were only $750,000 off is where I'm surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like he won a Cy Young. The Brewers don't
Wasn't it
win
2 years
Cy
ago?
Youngs. What was that, Josh?
Wasn't it 2 years ago when he won?
Yeah, he won
Yeah.
2, and then he was a contender this year. In the running, wasn't really a finalist, but had a good enough
Well,
season where he could have
wasn't-
won it.
He wasn't a finalist this year because the Brewers sucked. They didn't make the playoffs.
Mhm.
Otherwise, he probably could have won it.
Or at least been a
But-
finalist.
Yeah. You don't win awards in baseball unless your team makes the playoffs. So,
Pretty much.
yeah, that's kind of all. If they trade Burnes before the trade deadline, like well before the trade deadline, we aren't going to get shit for him.
When's the trade deadline
Because-
in baseball? Is it July?
Yeah, July 4th-ish. Sounds right.
Oh, it's the end of July.
It might be. I don't know. There's so many different deadlines with rosters expanding and contracting, whatever. I don't know.
Last year's was
But-
August 2nd.
Okay. Yeah, it was a month
So
off.
about the same area. End of July, early August.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. So, moving away from the Brewers because they're just a depressing franchise at this point. Spring training starts. Pitchers and catchers reported, which is why Corbin Burnes is in the news.
Yeah.
Because he reported spring training still, even after the Brewers just spit in his face pretty much.
And he said
I
he's still gonna go out there for his teammates and the fans. So
Yeah, but I mean, it's after you trade someone as big as Josh Hader, you're really kind of looking to inspire the rest of the team and make them not just feel like they are business owned property, I guess is the best way
Pawns.
to put it. Yeah, pawns. I mean, if I'm a Brewers player, I'm just like, oh, I guess I'm getting traded next, and just keep going down the line. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Ben's just
And
upset.
then I'm very upset because all they had to do was just pay him this money and call it a day, trade him, whatever. I understand it's not fiscally possible to sign him and Woodruff, but holy shit.
I mean, at least give him the extra 750 and let him be happy this season.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, and then some new stuff this spring training that's getting tested out that will actually be played in the regular season is the pitch clock, which is basically just meant to speed up the game. So hopefully we don't see any 3.5, 4 hour games this
Ben
year.
has some experience with the pitch clock.
I do. A lot of experience. I ran the pitch clock with the Timber Rattlers. I'm excited to see this. Baseball is a slow sport.
It is.
Not gonna deny that.
How much time do you
I'm
think this would save on average? Or at least based on your
An
experience
hour-
in the minor leagues,
an
how much
hour
time
off,
did it?
Not
An
enough.
hour off the game.
That's
They expanded a couple of the times because it was 18 seconds with the runner on base,
okay.
and now it's gonna be 20. So I mean, but that's not too big of a deal. But I'm excited for it. And then another one is the bases got bigger. There's a lot of jokes about saying
Yeah.
how regular base is this, and then the new ones are like triple.
I think there's
It's
one of
literally
the
like a 6-inch increase, which is a lot, but it's like from this big to like this big.
I remember one of
6
the
inches is a lot, though.
Red Sox
so.
pitchers. I don't remember exactly who it was. I think it was Rich Hill. I don't know. But he brought out like a blocking pad or something and put it on third base to symbolize how
Yeah.
big the bases were going to be next year or this year technically.
Yeah. There's gonna be more steals and more of this, more of that, but
More beating it out, beating a play out at first, stuff like that.
yeah. There's gonna be a lot of infield hits, I think.
Next thing you know, it's going to be like softball where they have two separate bases that the infielder and outfielder step on, or the runner and the fielder
I'm
step
all
on
for
at
less
first.
injuries. I'm all for less injuries, and if that, whatever, I guess. It is what it is. That kind of concludes my baseball segment, I guess.
All right.
Not too much.
If that concludes your baseball, then I guess that concludes this episode
Yeah.
of the Jab Set
We're all done.
Podcast.
Yeah.
A little bit of a shorter episode today, so hopefully you'll be
Thanks
able to
for
watch
listening.
the entirety of this episode, so we can get that watch time up. You guys have anything else you would like to add?
New giveaway coming soon.
200 subscribers giveaway, or
Cannot say that.
I'm just saying once we hit, we can still say
Yeah,
we'll do a giveaway
yeah.
when we
Once
hit
you
200.
subscribers,
We just
you will
can't
join.
say that you have to subscribe to be in the
You
giveaway.
do not have to subscribe for the giveaway. 200 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. We'll figure out how you enter into the giveaway later.
Correct. Once we get around 200, then we'll start figuring out the logistics of it.
Yeah.
So
Love you, YouTube. We love you, YouTube.
there's that. Anything else you have for this
No.
outro? No?
Yeah,
Alright.
one thing.
Mask up.
Wear a mask.
Takes all of us.
Takes
What are
all
you
of
gonna
us.
say? Next
Alright.
podcast, we're wearing masks. Social distancing
Um,
through the Zoom.
No.
I think I threw all mine away, so.
Yeah, I also threw
I'll
it.
buy you one and send it to you, Adam.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I got.
All right.
Alright.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on socials. Everything's in the description. And I guess we'll see you next week.
Follow me on Twitter.
That too. Bye-bye.
Bye.